Ministry, Thirst Ministries, and our primary focus is evangelism. And then secondary to that, for those who are already in the body, we each have our own separate things that we do, and one of the things that I do is like to build up women in every way, whether it's physically, and you guys will get a taste of that a little bit later, mentally and spiritually. And so I enjoy coming out every year just to talk a little bit about health and fitness. I'm a registered nurse and an avid exerciser. And so whatever I learn, I like to share with others. You know, I'm always asking God, how can I build up the kingdom? First pull people in and then build 5 days a week. 5 days a week for at least 30 minutes. It's recommended that you get 150 minutes of moderate exercise in a week time. So if you figure 30 minutes for 5 days. Now,
question.
Yes.
I'm sorry. So, like, treadmill. If you on a treadmill and like forgive me, I used to exercise every day. I'm sorry, but if you're on the treadmill and you do like, and I would do like, I almost be on it for almost 2 hours, and I would be doing bursts of running, and then slow down, and then bursts of running again. I did it every day, but I was so tired after doing it for after a week, I didn't feel like doing it no more.
Right.
So like, how do you?
So you have to have balance. So you're doing too much and too fast.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna be on the treadmill and you're gonna run and walk, then you need to curtail that back. 2 hours is probably too long.
Yeah, I was on it too.
You want something that you can maintain. So if you could have cut that back to maybe 40 minutes of doing that,
40 minutes.
then then you could. And it depends on what your goals are. Some of us don't need to lose weight. We just want to be heart healthy, keep an activity log, and then reward yourself. And don't reward yourself like I used to when I was in my 20s. I already worked out, so now I can go to Applebee's. I know I burned 300 today, so I know I can have this cheesecake. Probably not. Okay? It doesn't work that way. You think about it. It takes the average person walking on a treadmill at 3.0 on a flat surface. You're walking for let's say an hour. And so you burn and you're walking and you're not running. So maybe you burn somewhere around 300 calories or so. If you just eat a bag of M&Ms, that's gone. So if you eat cheesecake thinking that you've done something and you eat cheesecake, you're really setting yourself back. So reward yourself with things that are not related to food. Okay? So you say, well, if I get all my workouts in this week, maybe I'll buy myself, I don't know, a new water bottle. Maybe I'll go get my nails done. Or maybe I'll do this. So reward yourself in non-food ways is the best way to do it. And then pop further away from interests. I mean, I know, and especially now we've been about to go into the holidays, so we drive around, we'll wait for people. I mean, we'll sit there and wait for the second part when about three parks down is a park, but we'll sit there while they put their groceries in. What in the world? And so just park, and we start walking. Okay, weight gain during adulthood is consistently associated with an increased risk of several types of cancer. True. Yeah, they're finding now that it's not that you were overweight as a child and through your teen years, but that you pick up weight when you become an adult. It puts you at a greater risk for developing breast cancer. So I want you to just take a second, and I want you to find your weight as you know it to be today. All right, and then I want you to, and that's going across. And then down is going to be your height in inches. Okay. And so where those two meet, where your weight and your height, okay, that's going to be your BMI. Or your body mass index. And you can see, you know, really quickly like what category you fall into. Now don't use your pencil or everybody don't see where you're going. You might want to just go with your eyes. You know what I mean? go with your eyes. Go with your eyes. Everybody get a chance to see where they are? Okay. And then look at where you should be. Inflammation is thought to be a precursor to various diseases. True. Yes. All right. And so those diseases can include cancers and heart disease and Alzheimer's disease, diabetes, stroke, all of those things. So we want to eat foods that decrease the inflammation in our body. You know, like when you cut yourself and it turns red and swells. Okay, so that's your body's response to an injury. And so inflammation occurs, and really is a good thing because it's a precursor to the body healing itself. But we don't want those things, we don't want the body on the inside to be always inflamed. So there are foods that we can eat to help that. And I gave you a food pyramid. You can look at this in your own time. Just some things that you can start to incorporate in your diet that's going to help with that. Things like olive oil, green tea, your white teas, all those types of things like that. You can start incorporating those things into your diet. Stop using the lard. Y'all don't use lard anymore. Nobody uses lard anymore. I have to raise his hand. He don't use lard. Look for the hidden sugar in your diet. 6 teaspoons or 24 grams.
And that's per day.
Per day. Yeah. Men, for men, 9. Okay, they get a little bit more. So just look for the hidden sugars. You need to do it in a combination of diet and exercise. You're going to wear yourself out if you try to do all exercise. You're going to starve yourself if you try to do all diet. Then you're not going to have any energy for any exercise. So a good balance, No more than 2 pounds a week, okay, is realistic. I know we look at shows and they lose 7 and 8 pounds, but they're losing some muscle too, and we don't want to do that. So protein is important in your diet, and that's why I said if you're making smoothies and all those things, you should have protein at every meal. We've gotten to the place where we eat a lot of carbohydrates, but we don't eat a lot of protein and fiber. And we need those things because they last longer in the body.
You doing a good exercise?
Do I know any?
Yes.
Yes, and I'm going to show you some today. You know, really, truly, you have to find what works for you. Right. I find what works for you because I know people who like to do Zumba, but I know people who I don't like to do that because I can't do the moves or whatever. So find what works for you. I myself, I like a conglomerate of exercise. I run, and I like to bike, and I do classes, and I like a lot of exercise. So just find whatever works for you. That's what's going to work. And if you can do it with someone, wonderful. For me, I will exercise with someone if they want to exercise with me, but you have to get to a place where you can do it on your own. Because if your buddy doesn't show up, you don't want to sabotage your goals because somebody else did not show up. So I really encourage people to get to a place where you like it so much that you'll do it on your own without someone else.